Welcome back to Curious Minds. In this video, I'll be talking about the SpaceX NASA crew mission which came back to the Earth, and the NASA probe, and a very happy news for the Chandrayan. Now, let's start with the SpaceX. Now, NASA SpaceX crew return. Dragon capsule splashes down. Two American astronauts have splashed down as the first commercial crewed mission to the International Space Station returned to Earth. Now, the SpaceX Dragon capsule carrying out Doug Hurley and Bob Behnken came down in the Gulf of Mexico, just south on the Florida's Gulf Coast. A recovery vessel moved to pick up the vehicle and extricate the men. Now, the touchdown marks the first crewed US water landing since the final outing of an Apollo command module after 45 years ago. Now, Hurley and Benken's capsule hit water at about 1948 BST, which is 1848 GMT. Now, private boats which came close to the Dragon were asked to leave amid concern of hazardous chemicals venting from the capsule's propulsion system. NASA's Administrator Jim Bristein said that the presence of the boats was not what we were anticipating. What is not common is having passerby approach the vehicle close range with nitrogen tetroxide. It was having nitrogen tetroxide in the atmosphere. That's something that is not good, he said, and we need to make sure that we are warning people not to get close to the spacecraft in future. Now, it is truly our honor and privilege, said Hurley as the astronauts arrived home. On behalf of SpaceX and NASA team, welcome back to planet Earth. Thanks for flying SpaceX. SpaceX mission control responded. President Donald Trump, who attended the capsule's launch on 30th May, hailed its safe return. Thank you all, he tweeted. Great to have NASA astronauts return to Earth after a very successful 2-month mission. Now, the successful end to the cruise mission initiates a new era for the American Space Agency. All its human transport needs just above the Earth will be in future be purchased from private companies such as SpaceX. The government agency says contracting out to service providers in this way will save billions and billions of dollars that can be diverted getting astronauts to the moon as part of the Artemis program and afterwards to Mars. The Dragon capsule launched to the space at the end of May on Falcon 9 rocket, also supplied by SpaceX. Hurley and Benken's mission also served as an end-to-end demonstration of the astronaut taxi service. The company owned by techie entrepreneur Elon Musk will be selling to NASA from now on. Now, the Boeing Corporation is also developing a new crew capsule inside, but has to delay its introduction from encountering some software problems on its Starliner vehicle. Now, the sight of vehicle's four main parachutes floating down to the Gulf of Mexico was the confirmation that the spacecraft had survived its fiery descent through the atmosphere. The parachutes slowed down the capsule from about 350 miles, which is 560 kilometers, to just roughly at about 15 miles per hour, which is 7 meters per second at splashdown. Rigging was Rigging was used to hoist the capsule out of the water on the recovery vessel. Technicians monitored remnant vapors around the spacecraft before the hatch was opened. The men were checked over the medical staff before being flown to the shore by a helicopter. Now, the astronauts' Dragon capsule launched to the space station at the end of May on a Falcon 9 rocket, also supplied by SpaceX. It will now be refurbished to fly again next year. Now, Mr. Brinson lauded the efforts of everyone who involved in Hurley's and Begin's mission and then spoke to the agency shift in philosophy. We don't want to purchase, own, and operate the hardware that we used to do, he said. We want to be one customer of many customers in a very robust commercial marketplace in low Earth orbit. But we also want to have numerous providers that are competing against each other on the cost and innovation and safely. and really creates this virtuous cycle of economic development and capability. James Shotwell, the president of SpaceX, added, "Today is a great day. We should all celebrate what we accomplished here, bringing Bob and Doug back. But we should also think that it's a springboard to doing even harder things with Artemis program and then of course moving to Mars." So about that's all about Chandrayan 2, which is Chandrayan 2 Pragyan rover not damaged. New NASA images shows the rover separated from the lander after the crash landing. Chandrayan 2 mission was an unfortunate failure after the lander's communication equipment was damaged during landing on the lunar surface. Now, Chandrayaan 2 mission was the highlight of ISRO's 2019 agenda, which unfortunately was cut short at around just 2 kilometers from the lunar surface as the lander went through a cosmos failure. During this critical landing stage, the lander on the lunar surface. Now, new images from the NASA and the US Space Agency has rekindled the interest in the moon mission. Chennai techie Shanmuga Subramanian had earlier identified Vikram's debris by using NASA's images last year and has now contacted the Indian Space Agency claiming that the NASA images which released in May shows the rover called Pragyan and also shows a track which indicates that the rover might have moved a few meters. In a report to the TOI, ISRO chairman K. Shivan was quoted stating, "We have heard nothing from NASA so far on this matter. But yes, the person who had identified Vikram debris earlier has sent us an email about this. Our specialists are looking into the matter and we cannot say anything at this juncture." K. Shivan was also quoted in an IANS report stating, "We have received communication from him, Subramanian. Our experts are analyzing the same." Subramanian, in a tweet, explained that the commands were sent to the lander blindly for a number of days. It could be that the lander may have received all the commands and relayed it to the rover. The lander could not have been able to communicate back to Earth. The IANS report explains, tweeting a picture taken by NASA's NLRO. Shanmugam said that the white dot might be the skeleton lander devoid of the other payloads and the black dot might be the rover. According to him, the rover may still be intact on the moon's surface. Latest pictures from the LRO on January 4, 2020 showed the rover tracks on the moon from the lander. He said the debris he had found earlier might be one of those payloads. The debris found by NASA might be the other payloads, transmitting antenna and thrusts. Vikram lost contact with ISRO following its launch from Chandrayan to Moon orbiter on September 6 last year when it tried to make a soft landing near the moon's south pole. The mission blasted off from the Sriharikota base in Andhra Pradesh, which carried the Chandrayan 2 orbiter Vikram lander and the Pragyan rovers as well. Now that's all about Chandrayan 2. Now let's get back to NASA's Mars mission. The Mars mission is a very special mission because NASA is planning to fly a drone on Mars, and this mission's aim is to find whether there is life on Mars or not. You may ask how? Why? How did they find this spot? This spot has water in it. Yes, this spot has some water in it. The place which NASA selected has water in it. So, as they say, wherever there is water, there must be life. So, they selected this spot and landed and is trying to land. And they tried to land the rover there. It's going to land next year in the 2021. So, this aim is to collect the details from the soil of Mars and send it back to Earth or to analyze it by that rover itself to find whether was life on Mars or not. Now coming back to the drone matter, which is the drone is used to fly around Mars. Yes, this is a test which is given to whether we can fly helicopters on other planets or not. This drone is very special. but it's not made in a quadrocopter design. You may ask why? Because Mars' atmosphere is 99% thinner than the Earth's surface. Imagine our planet's 1% of the atmosphere is equal to 100% of Mars. So this is why this drone is shaped like this image. Now coming back, this rover takes at about 1 day to for a complete charge. Then you may ask whether it will fly every day. No, that's not going to happen because it will just fly for about 4 to 5 times in a month, because that's very maximum, NASA scientists say, as it's running in a very cold spot, so that it needs to keep itself warm. So the battery is used to keep itself warm for the most of the time. 5 times is the limit it can ever fly, and this flies for 90 seconds. Wait, you may ask, 90 seconds is not a big matter, but this is a very big achievement. When Wright brothers first flew a plane on Earth for just 12 seconds, everybody applauded. But this is a very special mission. Flying a probe on the other planet is very special, that too for 90 minutes, that too an atmosphere very thin than our Earth's atmosphere is a very special thing. Now that's all I wanted to share with you guys. Hope you like this video. If you hit the like button, then only I can see that you enjoyed this video. Now if you want more videos, don't forget to subscribe to Curious Minds, and if you have any ideas or topics which you want me to speak, suggest in the comment box. Until a good video, this is me, Curious Minds, signing off. On Monday there is a special new video. I don't want you to miss it. This is me, Curious Minds, signing off. Bye.